Hi dears, welcome back to our basic science class. Today let's start our new chapter. Lesson 8, Keeping Diseases at Bay. Health is the state without disease. This chapter gives us an awareness about the situation of transmission of diseases, contagious diseases, causative organisms, and carriers of diseases. This chapter also explains about the self and environmental hygienes and vaccines. So, let's start. Have you ever been unable to carry out your pre-planned programs due to diseases? What could be the reason for the increase of diseases during the rainy seasons? Let's check. Hope you have studied earlier that mosquitoes, housefly, rats, etc. transmit diseases. But what causes diseases? Diseases are caused by the action of microorganisms like virus, fungus, and bacteria. Diseases spread when these microorganisms get transmitted from one infected person to another. Carriers of diseases. There are different carriers of diseases. One such carrier is housefly. How does the housefly transmit disease? Houseflies are carriers of microorganisms. Housefly from dirty places sit on uncovered foods. When we eat this contaminated food, the microorganisms will reach our body and transmit diseases. Common cold, jaundice are two different diseases. Do you think both transmitted the same way? No. Common cold is transmitted by virus and jaundice is transmitted by contaminated food and water. Are different diseases like chikungunya, dengue fever, filariasis and diarrhea spread by the same creature? No. Chikungunya, dengue fever and filariasis are spread by mosquitoes. But diarrhea is spread through contaminated water. What are the ways by which the disease-causing microorganisms get transmitted from one person to another? Yes, through air, through food and water, through creatures, through waste materials, through the use of unsterilized needle, etc. Diseases transmitted from one person to another are called contagious diseases. Common cold, conjunctivitis, cholera, typhoid, chikungunya, dengue fever, filariasis, jaundice and rat fever, that is leptospirosis, are some common contagious diseases in our place. Whereas diseases that do not transmit it from one person to another are called non-contagious diseases. Examples are anemia, kwashiorkor, diabetes, hypertension, headache, stomachache, heart diseases, cancer, etc. Now, let's study mode of transmission of some diseases. First one, through air. Diseases transmitted through this mode are common cold, chickenpox, measles, tuberculosis, etc. Next, through food and water. Diseases transmitted are rat fever, typhoid, cholera, jaundice, etc. Third one, through housefly. Diseases transmitted are cholera, diarrhea. Next, through mosquito. Diseases transmitted are filariasis, malaria, dengue fever, chikungunya, etc. Next mode of transmission is through contact. Diseases transmitted are conjunctivitis, leprosy, etc. Then, what are the diseases that can be prevented by destroying mosquitoes? Yes, chikungunya, dengue fever, malaria and filariasis, etc. are the diseases that can be prevented by destroying mosquitoes. Where do the mosquitoes lay their eggs and multiply? Yes, pits filled with muddy water can be seen all around. Waste tins and pots are seen scattered all around and are filled with dirty water where mosquitoes can multiply. Aren't we responsible for creating favorable situations in our house and surroundings for the growth of mosquitoes? Yes, isn't it? In order to know about this, we must walk along the public roads near the house and school. Now, let's complete one activity from our textbook. Examine the picture and write down the situations favorable for the multiplication of mosquitoes. First point. Uncovered air pipes of septic tank let in mosquitoes to the tank where they lay eggs and multiply. Second point. Surroundings are left unhygienic and uncleared. Coconut shells, plastic tins and cans, eggshells, etc. are found scattered in the compound. Next point. Stagnant water, etc. What are the measures to be taken in and around your house to prevent this? Yes, we must keep personal and surroundings and food hygiene. Destroy water-filled pots and other containers left open in the compound and use preventive medicines. Do you think it is sufficient to prevent the multiplication of mosquitoes in the surroundings of your house alone? No, it is not sufficient to prevent the multiplication of mosquitoes in the surroundings of your house alone. We should prevent the multiplication of mosquitoes in schools and public places. Haven't you studied that dry day is observed once a week to prevent the breeding of mosquitoes? This is done by draining away stagnant water from coconut shells, toys, plastic pots, eggshells, pot holders and terrace. It will be more effective when this is done on the same day by all the people residing in an area. Pruning weeds and grass in house premises and cleaning the drainage are also methods to prevent the breeding of mosquitoes. Other techniques we use in our house to escape from mosquito bite are mosquito net, fogging, mosquito bat, mosquito coil, properly dispose of kitchen waste, etc. Okay children, it's all for today. We shall meet on the next class. Thank you.